Nigga said, I'm starting early, just like he did yesterday. What's up to the Marcus? As far as the 911 Nashville universe, will I check it out? I mean, it's possible. I do like Haley. She ain't the lead in nothing though. This man said Steve Harris is the new Diddy. Good morning, Ali. Support. Oh shit! I just noticed I get the. How the hell they switch this? I just noticed I ain't switched my tabs yet either. Let me switch that shit. Still got the ones from yesterday. This shit happened yesterday. Boy, Diddy down bad, y'all. The mind down bad. But he ain't down that bad, because to be honest, his sentencing went that bad. I know he wanted to go his ass home, and they said some shit about him, but you know, Talia, I was thinking about that. That's why I put it. That's why I put the shit last. I was like, if I put it last, we actually slick and tune in to see what the fuck this nigga goes say. Because it says 12 Eastern time, so what? That's 11 here. Damn, that's almost time for it. Well, maybe I should jump down to that one to find out. Hold on. So where is he? Where is he? Let me see. Where is he announcing this decision? This could be another promotion for this damn nigga. This nigga stay manipulating shit. He is a mastermind at this shit. Got to give him credit for that. So they say it's gonna be on Instagram Live, X, or YouTube. Gotta figure out exactly where, but yeah. You gotta do a segment on which hallucination scene was the best. Kanan and Tariq, Jamie and Angela, James and Raina, or Ghost and Kanan. Never really thought about that, but all right. What's up, Kerry? You say he did a finesse ad. We don't know that yet though. He hasn't announced it. If he was retiring, it would have been with a big reporter or interviewer. What you mean he announced on Twitter? Hold on. This nigga LeBron, you gotta give this nigga LeBron credit. This nigga LeBron got so much power, he done took over my damn live right now. Hold up. What the hell is this nigga doing? Hold on, this nigga did already do the damn decision. You mother. This nigga so damn annoying. So this is what I'm gonna do. Whatever it is, I haven't looked at it yet. So y'all gonna we gonna do it live. I'm gonna just play it at the end. Whatever it is that he got to say, I'm just gonna play it and just go from there. I don't know what the hell was said, what he talking about. I don't know none of that shit. One thing's for sure, this nigga got to be stopped. This man stay doing some bullshit like this. But at the same time, you can't get mad at him for capitalizing on what he know he is. The nigga is smart as hell for that. Hmm. Let me see. Do I got to log in? Hold on. Yeah, gotta log in. And I do not feel like doing that because I don't know my damn login. Shit's so damn annoying. Look at this shit. Okay, so I got it right here. I'll pull it up right there. All right. Would you be mad of LeBron James play for one more year and don't retire? I don't know if I'll say I'll be mad about it, but the nigga do need to retire. Because at this point, all he doing is just grabbing money and just manipulating stats. That's all he's doing. He the best at making buzz arise now. Absolutely. Nigga's a mastermind at that shit. Imagine if LeBron James smashed Aisha. Man, that'd make but that would break the internet if a story came out about that. But I'm pretty sure he wouldn't do nothing like that. Anyway, let me go ahead and get into this thing. We don't let LeBron take up 10 whole minutes. It's sad that support game and Steve H are trending for snitching and stealing. All right, though. So our first person on deck, we got Diddy. So basically, with this one, we're going to be just going over. I kind of could have did this one on the yesterday's show, but I didn't put it on there. But I said I'll go ahead and cover it today. You got Diddy. We know he was sentenced to 4 years. So I don't feel like that was, so I don't feel like he shouldn't have done that, and so I don't feel like he should have done more. So I'll give my take on that. Next, we got Ariel B. For I'm pretty sure most of y'all probably not even familiar with that, but I actually seen this story on Instagram where this single mother named Ariel basically is being harassed and I think sued by her community because of her son touching rocks and trees. Like literally because her 5-year-old son was touching rocks and trees. I'm guessing this was like a rock or tree that you don't supposed to touch, or it could just be some. I'm pretty sure it's just some kind of bullshit that they want to do because they want to be ignorant as hell. This took place in Florida, by the way. And next, we're gonna cover this government shutdown. You know, the government has been shut down for a little minute, and yeah, I I was sent the post about some of the things that's saying the reason why the government is shut down. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't done my due diligence. Damn, man, it damn that annoying. I haven't done my research on it to make sure that all of this information is 100% accurate, but I thought it was a pretty good story. And to be honest with you, some of that shit probably true, even if all of it ain't. And lastly, we got the decision. The manipulating king himself, LeBron Ramon James, using his name once again to finesse the public into getting more attention put on him, and probably is promoting something. But we're gonna see what it is. Diddy only got 4.5 years with time served. He gonna get out earlier than that too. Right. I agree with you. No Diddy, no doubt. He need more time. I wonder if Stephon Diggs attended P. Diddy parties back in the day. Why you say that? Why him over everybody? And what makes you think about that? But anyways, so Diddy, the judge gave him 4 years, and apparently they said, according to what I was seeing, what I seen, they said was happening in the courtroom during his sentencing, that the judge had pity on him because they said after, right before the sentencing was made, Diddy's family came out and they all gave a speech, basically talking about their dad, how they feel about him, how they see him, and things like that. And after Kristen and what's the other one name? Kristen, you got Justin, then you got Quincy, then you got the twin daughters. But they say after the twin daughters gave their, speech on their dad, they said basically the entire courtroom was tearing up, and like Diddy was noticeably very emotional, and they ended up sentencing him for the 4.5 years. And Diddy's already been in there for like a year and a half, so he only has 3 more max. I think another thing they said the government, I mean, the judge made him gave him what he gave him is because Diddy already had like shows or something like that planned. They found out about it. So basically they were like, "Hey, glad nigga, you ain't taking this serious at all. You just knew you was getting out. We gonna show you, glad nigga." But after the daughters said what they said, they kind of, he kind of had a little bit more pity on him and gave him the 4 years. But pretty much it said Diddy broke down and was talking to his family, his mother, his children, all the people was there to support him, and basically was saying that he's sorry that he failed them. And a question I have for y'all: do you guys believe Diddy has truly learned his lesson and that he's having a change of heart, or do you think that when he finally is released, his revenge tour is going to start? Hold on. Justin Combs was on Power. Was that the light skinned nigga that when Salim showed up was like, she busy or something like that? Is that nigga? I ain't never thought about that. Hold up. Should have known Diddy would get the less time he a celebrity. It don't always play out that way. Because Stephon Diggs be going crazy, be doing crazy parties and like man, but damn, he do? I ain't never know that. We will start saying no Diddy, no doubt because of the Stephon Diggs situation. Bro, I don't that just shows you how much I be paying attention to these people because I didn't know shit about that. Hell yeah, R. Kelly ass still up in there. That nigga ain't got a more so than ever, like Jaguar said, he money. I guess you mean his money is gone, and who really going to fool with him now? So justice served. Well, all this money isn't gone. He still, from what I saw, he still got a net worth of like hundreds of millions. I can see what it is exactly now. Last time I checked it, it was 400 million. So all that shit is gone. And then you gotta think about it. He probably got a lot of assets that he's still hiding. Damn, they said that man only got 150 million left now. They cooked that man, bro. He was at 1.5 billion in 2022. So they cooked this nigga for nearly $900 million. Shit, they got his ass. The drug program is knocking out for a year or two. Okay. 4 daughters, one son, one stepson, one alleged son. I didn't know you had that many. Goddamn. Anyways, at first he was supposed to get 12 and a half. Yeah, I remember that. But the judge gave him 4.5 after his speeches. Yep. What you saying hell no to, Kalinga? Fuck no. Nope. Ah, y'all said yeah, that he ain't had no change of heart. That's what y'all saying though too. Cassie better leave the country. Nah, he trying to get back to party. So ain't none of y'all giving Diddy no grace, man. Y'all don't think that man learned his lesson? All them speeches and stuff he was doing, telling the judge he's sorry. All the programs he attended. Y'all don't want to give Diddy a chance that he can change his life, turn his life around. They say this nigga giving speeches to the youth right now. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't believe Diddy gonna change his bad. Him not having money and power will humble him. I don't know, bro. Niggas like that gonna find a way to fight. It probably gonna take him a little while to climb that ladder again, but I don't know. Niggas like him might find a way to try to get back up there. So well, you might be right. Hopefully you right. Because that mind was ugly as hell. Yeah, I thought that's who y'all was talking about. Okay. It's crazy though, because 50 Cent and Diddy don't fuck with each other. So why the hell 50 Cent let his son come on there? That's a little weird. You know how 50 Cent normally is about shit like that. I was just saying that support. Yeah, that's why I was like, that's a little weird for me. So hold on, that's the one that's I'll be sure, son. Because if that's the case, then that'll make more sense. Nah, I see what I love probably goes because Justin Combs. This nigga. Them Diddy parties just gonna be hosted in Cuba now. Every nigga learn their lesson in jail. Not every nigga. I know some niggas that mind. They come out be like, prison didn't humble me, it made me worse. He's going to be locked up around strong, naked, freaky, foggy, sexually repressed ass niggas. Diddy isn't in prison. He's in heaven. Probably going to be throwing freakouts behind bars. They said that also that I just noticed, bro, the whole time I got it on this decision thing, I did not switch it back to the Diddy slide. But it don't matter. We knew what we was talking about. But they said that it was an attack done on made on his life, but he tried to hide it because he didn't really want the public to really make too much, you know, noise about it. But they said somebody tried to take him out up in the prison while he's there because they see him as like a trophy. Like, they're like, man, I was able to whoop Diddy ass, or they niggas might be trying to rape him or grape him, him because they're like, man, they're still Diddy at the end of the day. You got sick little bastards that's thinking of stuff like that. Bent over crying in that chair, dead giveaway, he ain't changed. Jail is heaven for Diddy. All the freak outs he out. Well, that don't mean that he won by these randoms that might got something. Even though he probably got something already himself. He just was taking meds. Allegedly. Diddy gonna be a Zeus network hosting baddies. No, Quincy is Al's son. Justin, yeah. Quincy is the one that's Al's son. That's true. Justin is Diddy's son. Y'all got to stop thinking 50 has so much power or control over every single thing, little thing on these shows. His relationship with Star is not even good. You think Diddy locked up? You think Diddy locked up with Detective Carter from? I hope for Detective Carter's sake he ain't, cause Diddy go try. It was probably Carter that tried to take him out in order to try and redeem himself. 50 was trolling P. Diddy when he casted Young Miami, Justin Combs, and Quincy Brown in Power Universe. Suge Knight loved to troll Diddy on his podcast. Ain't nobody tried to take him out. They tried to take him out on a date. Prison. Also, speaking of Diddy, y'all, he reached out to President Trump. They said he reached out to Trump and asked him for a pardon. And Trump said rejected it, because during the political race for presidential office, Diddy actually said some not so nice things about him. So he said, "No, we glad, nigga. I remember what you said." And I think honestly, I believe if Diddy never would have badmouthed Trump while he was trying to get into office, Diddy probably would be out. because Trump would have pardoned him. Because keep in mind, at one point, they were cool. I don't know if he participated in his festivities. Damn, my ass be getting tongue tied. But he we do know they were cool at one point. So Trump even said that himself one time. They were asking him would he pardon them. So damn, Diddy, you fucked up. Should have just kept your mouth shut. 50 don't be beefing with the people. He get into bad girls club style back and forth. Diddy and Stephen Harris were cellmates. Diddy, please pardon me. No, sir. Ugly ass nigga. Trail was P. Diddy in BMF. Yeah. Anyways, though, it looks like your boy Diddy is not having a so good of a time, but I'm gonna predict he probably will be out maybe 2027. I'm gonna give him 2027. They gonna let him out. So long as he keep good behavior and stuff like that, yeah, I think they'll go ahead and let him out. Anyways, go ahead and head to this next segment. Area B, and that is this black woman that has been getting harassed by these racist pieces of shit in Florida, all because her 5-year-old son decided to touch a tree and some rocks. That's crazy as this sound. This is a real goddamn story.
But I can't express to you how tired my soul is.
When I seen this, I was like, bro, this shit is crazy as hell.
Right? But I can't express to you how tired my soul is. I just want to start by saying that I know that I'm black. And I know a lot of you are going to say that black people don't belong in HOA communities. I haven't slept in days. At least not well. Today is October 2nd. 2025, and I have 12 days to respond. If you're new here, my name is Ariel. I bought my first home as a single mother of 5, and my HOA as of today is seeking to start legal action against my 5-year-old for touching a tree and touching a rock. They listed him under Article 7, Section 8 of the HOA and listed him to the neighborhood as a public annoyance and public nuisance to the neighborhood. So maybe call me ignorant or maybe call me naive, but I have never experienced such hatred in isolation over a child in a community. List him as a public annoyance and nuisance when in Article 7 is usually reserved for.
It's crazy that they're saying this and doing this. It almost make me wonder. I'm like, bro, it gotta be something, even though we know these folks ugly as hell, so they actually capable of something like this. But it just makes you think it gotta be something else to this story. Like y'all really doing this much about a 5-year-old touching a goddamn tree. Like this is crazy.
Usually reserved for loud parties, out of control noise complaints, or excessive parking. Not a human, not a child, for touching a tree. The head of my HOA is the only lady who is seeking this complaint. She is the only person who is recording my child every day at his public bus stop. There is no damage to the tree, nor is he on video or record throwing a rock. She does have video of him touching the branches of the tree. He wakes up every
touching the branches of a damn tree, a 5-year-old, people. And this lady is recording it. This is a A1, this is a legendary character. Because who the heck would Got you now. I can just see her with her voice right now somewhere. Make sure we're gonna get this one out of here. She just don't belong in our neighborhood. Look at her just touching the trees. You can just see her doing this bullshit.
Morning at 7:30 a.m. with no children records my child at a public bus stop for Orange County Public Schools from inside her home window. I know everyone is saying to fight, but I hope you all understand how exhausted my soul is. On Sunday, I walked my 5-year-old son to 63 houses. We walked with flowers to 63 houses in my neighborhood to show them the lawsuit that our HOA money is being used to pursue on a 5-year-old and to ask them, A, is my son Owen a public nuisance? B, no, Owen is not a public nuisance. Or C, I do not know who Owen is. So I felt like if the neighborhood was going to list my child as a public nuisance or public annoyance to the area, I might as well ask them as the mother, what did my son do? I don't know how any of this is going to go. So I have a meeting today with my real estate agent to see how much money I would lose, how much I would fall behind if I list my house on the market and just get out. It was so embarrassing walking my child to every door. I'm going to read my policy, CCRS. I'm going to read the bylaws, the HOA guidelines for my area, how the board works, rules and regulations that you have to use before pursuing legal action against the homeowner. And I'm going to find out how she is able to do this off of one voice.
Well, I can tell you how she's able to do it. It begins with an R and it ends with an M. He's gonna be dancing across videos again. What up, T Mouse? What the hell world are we living in? That story about the tree and the rock is beyond. Is it? Yeah, bro. It's beyond insane, bro. Like I can't even believe this is an actual story. Tariq and King Justin Combs' character in book 2 goes were cool, just like support 2026 and Stephen A. Yeah, bro. Apparently, being a black kid up in a neighborhood full of whites is a crime. You can't be touching stuff. Them types know how to play with two. She seems nice, so they taking advantage. Exactly, Ali, and that's kind of what I was going to get to, right? So one of the questions I'm a little curious of, obviously, not jumping all up in this lady's business, but hey, it's been put out there. I immediately started wondering myself, where's the father of these children? Like they said, a single mother of 5. Like that's a lot of kids, kind of, you know. And this is kind of the problem when it comes to stuff like that because you're way more likely to be attacked like this when you're a single mother because they know you don't have anybody there to defend you. They do shit like that. Like, unfortunately, single women, not just single mothers, single women in general are victims of, aggressive and, sick behavior like graping and stuff like that because they understand that you're a much easier target when you don't have, a male figure around you to protect you. So they're definitely taking advantage of her being a kind, sweethearted woman like this. That, hopefully I wonder, do she have some kind of close relatives or something like that, that's nearby that maybe can, kind of back her a little bit because this shit is crazy. Like it could even if it's not her man, where's her father, her uncles, or if she got brothers or something like that. Because this shit it is sad, especially if they actually is able to successfully run her out of the neighborhood and stuff like that. It almost make me want to say like, maybe because this is the thing. When I looked at the views on Instagram, she had about um she had it was like 5 million some views. So if I was her to truly fight it and stuff like that, start a GoFundMe or something like that and try to raise some funds to be able to fight the case. That way you won't lose your house and stuff like that, or go into bankruptcy or something like that, trying to deal with it. DeMarco, you said people creating these stories to go viral. Hey, I would hope that, but I also wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because people literally will do anything for clout. We was talking about this what? It was Takari, matter of fact, was talking about this on the Sunday show, right? And he was saying like he was saying basically that he no longer believed that the root of that money is the love of money is the root of all evil. It was like the love of attention is it because people only want money for the attention, and the attention goes like that. Like these folks legit will do anything for attention. Like look what LeBron James just did, all because this nigga love attention. We need visual and audio proof nowadays. Yeah. So I wonder now that y'all think I'm not gonna lie, I kind of symphonize with her and to the point that I didn't even question it to challenge it like this. Cause I just assumed that it was an actual real story. And I still hope that it is. But at the same time, if it's not a true story, then that means she didn't actually get it. So and if she is truly making up a bad story, I can't stand people like this because you doing this is just like the boy who cried wolf type thing. When somebody's actually in trouble and actually dealing with, you know, racism and bullshit like this, um, you're never going to folks may overlook it and say, oh, this is just another black person trying to play the victim when actually nothing is going on. And then at that point, you kind of can't blame people for thinking like that because that's what happens when people lie about actually being a victim. I think when folks do stuff like this, when it comes to that, graping and all that like that, you should do serious time for it because this will stop people from doing this shit, and this would be able to save the people who's actually going through something like this and needs help. You said you bet she doesn't even have a 5-year-old kid. Well, I know when I looked it up, it showed her with the 5 kids. Now, is that made up or not? I don't know. I mean, the five. I think me personally, I think the 5 kids is true. Now, the story, who knows? Right? White petty privilege sounds like this. Cause yeah, I mean, maybe to since you guys thought about that, maybe other folks are thinking it too. I mean, the best way, I guess, to actually debunk the fact that and prove that this is actually a real story is to release, you know, release the statement that was put out about it, and maybe some of the videos. I don't know if she have access to the videos, but of them talking about the kid touching the tree and the lady recording them and all that. But hopefully, like I said, this isn't a fake story. But Anyway, if it is, damn. But if it's not, you know, my thoughts goes out to you, and hopefully, she's able to recover and move on with her life after this. But let's just go ahead and go to the next one. So for this next segment, we're gonna talk about this government shutdown. Now, it was some shit that I said up in here that was kind of fucking funny. And I don't know, this a Mitch McConnell looking ass nigga that was talking about it. And I thought this shit was hella fun.
And here's what they want us to put back in.
Because basically they're saying that the reason the government shutdown is going on is because the Democrats were blocking stuff because they want to keep some bullshit that's in law that they got going on, and the Republicans took it out and refused to put it back. Now the guy here is the senator of I don't know what damn state he's the senator of, but anyways, basically was going down a list of some of the stuff that was in it. Because I remember actually when Trump first got into office, he was reading out some of the bullshit that Biden had, being funded during his presidential run. And honestly, I don't even think Biden was aware of probably 90% of this shit. Like, let's be honest. He was an old senile ass man that was confused and didn't know what the hell was going on. He just had their mind signing shit that, matter of fact, Trump even went as far as saying that he believes some of the stuff that was signed off on was forced because they actually show images. Now, whether or not this is true or not, because you know how people love to manipulate shit, I don't know. But they show images of Biden's signatures on some of the documents, and clearly the signatures were different. Like one of them, his original signature, and then some of the other stuff that was signed. Like I think some of the pardons and stuff, like for Dr. Fraudzy and stuff like that, the signature appeared to be different. But anyways, he went down the line and was talking about a lot of the stuff that, was in there. There was like millions of dollars going into, transgender, investments and stuff like that. And what of was so bad, it was like a transgender, some testing on transgender rats or some shit. But let's go ahead and hear what this dude said real quick.
And here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government until you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget.
Hello, what did he say? What did he say? Hello.
Taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti.
Everybody said they. That is crazy. Hold on, one more time. What did you say?
And dance focus groups for male prostitutes.
Dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. What? He said, I'm not making this stuff up. Hold on. Y'all sure Diddy wasn't signing some of this shit?
In Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for transgender people in Nepal.
Why is it so much of the budget being pushed for transgenders, bro? Like, they are really doing the most when it comes to these people. Like, I'm not even about to come in here to try to like super attack them, bro. But like, bro, why do they need such a budget? Like, y'all want to complain about taxpayer dollars being used on so much different things, but you don't care about it being spent on this shit. Like, this is crazy.
$300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for the open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon here.
So I don't know. Like I said, maybe somebody in the chat is more knowledgeable about these type of things than I am, because I haven't been closely following what's going on with the government shutdown. I just know, of course, that there's been a dispute between the two parties on they haven't been able to come up with an agreement on things, so it caused the government shutdown. But if this is the shit that the Democrats are upset about and trying to get put back into office, this is crazy. But as we do know that a lot of them folks are some sick bastards. I do know that. But on top of this, it might not even be so much about, them wanting that back into law. It could be more so, they just, anytime it comes to anything Donald Trump is trying to do, they want to go against it. And at this point, bro, like, I get it. Y'all hate Trump. Trump, we get it. You hate the Democrats or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, you got to put what's best for the American people, first. Like, y'all let side beefing that y'all got going on. It's crazy. Y'all just in his head with this. Let's see what y'all saying in these comments. People will do anything for publicity. Yeah. Signing Sleepy Joe. Trump is almost 80 years old, close to Biden age. How is he not senile yet? Yeah, he is old as shit. I always said that I feel like it should be a damn age limit on these old motherfuckers to be president anyway. Like, them old ass niggas past 65, bro. I don't know. They probably should be running for office because they old as hell, and you know how this shit go. I believe that the P. Diddy sentencing was a distraction for the government. Yep. They did. I do believe they used that. I agree with you on that, DeMarcus. They absolutely used it to cover up some of the stuff. Perhaps even, more so the Epstein files that, were supposed to be getting released. They were like, instead of Epstein, you're gonna get Epstein 2.0, the black version. But we're not gonna give you, we're not gonna give you, because even P. Diddy, they didn't even release, all the people that was involved with his stuff. Because we know it was a lot of popular and powerful celebrities that was involved with this shit. They never revealed it. So even with him, they didn't show it because they know a lot of people would get exposed. Trump throw it off too. They all are not right in the head. Yeah, like I've been telling folks, none of them are exactly favorable for us. They didn't give us, the greatest of people to choose for. But the stuff that I see that they talking about with goddamn Biden, that shit is insane. I'm sorry. Diddy and corrupt Haiti. Yeah, they are, they are forcing. That's another thing under the Biden administration that they were doing. They were trying their best to influence the other countries to dabble in with the LGBTQ community. Like, I know when Obama was in office, he did a lot of that. Biden did it too, trying to force these other countries and stuff in Africa and stuff like that to, participate in it. And a lot of them were, fighting against it, telling them, hell nah, get your little ass on. They all participated in Freak House too. Showed them Epstein file suckers. Yeah, it looks like they ain't gonna show that. They ain't gonna show that shit. Cause my suspicion when it comes to that shit, like we know Trump had, photos and stuff with Epstein, but it was also said that Trump was a federal informant when it came because he was the one who actually snitched on Epstein. The reason why he was on their radar. So is it that he participated in it? I don't know, but it kind of would make sense if he was the one that actually snitched on him. Now, I've been hearing a lot of mixed stuff about this shit, but it is crazy because it did seem like, he was going to do it, and then he's not. But I heard that it's some kind of seal that's on the Epstein files that, the Democrats have a hold of to stop them from releasing it. But I mean, that's convenient for the Republicans to say so that they can, who knows, maybe they don't want to release it and they're using that to say, oh, this is the reason why. So, we just never know. What I keep telling folks is both sides are full of shit. So stop trying to clinch the one and think they're the good people and the other one is not. They both ugly as hell. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not for this either, but where the other men been going to take to their pockets too? I feel this is propaganda too. Yeah, they absolutely have been misusing these damn government funds. We know that. Both sides. We need to separate from these political bonds that hold us back. Yeah, we absolutely do. We need the best thing, bro, for us to do is what they've been always advocating for from the beginning. This this service ourselves away from both parties. Say F you to both of them. And then, support another one. Whether we create a one or support one of the other ones that's always been here that we ignore every year. But one thing's for certain, we need to stop entertaining these guys and in my opinion, especially the Democrats, because we supported them for way too long for us to be in the same predicament and nothing is happening differently. Like it's crazy. I gotta cook Taj tomorrow. When Taj come here on the show tomorrow, I gotta cook him a little bit. It's gonna be part of this one of the segments because uh, he was swearing up and down to me, and I got something to show him. That because I was telling him, matter of fact, Buckets, you was up in here when I kind of talked about it on one of the shows. I was telling him that black women are still gonna vote for Governor Newsom if he runs for president. I said, bro, they're gonna forget about that shit that you're talking about with him blocking reparations. I looked at this post on Instagram where they talking about um Governor Newsom was talking bad about Trump because of taking up for what's going on in Oregon or whatever. And all you seen in the comment section is black women buttering him up, talking about he's standing on business. He's such a good guy. I hope he won for president. Oh, this is my all the stuff that they were saying. Hold on, yeah. But yeah, all that stuff that they were saying. And then they was talking about, oh yeah, he's so handsome. We're gonna have the most handsome president ever. And all this stuff that they were saying. I was like, bro, this is the reason, and this might give me some heat. This is the reason why I say a lot of women should not be voting. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say all of them, but a lot of them should not be voting. And the reason being is because you should not be placing your vote over you thinking somebody's attractive. That is stupid. They could be the devil in human flesh. You would never know because you're just looking at them because you think they look good. That's crazy. They all need to go home and lay down, give us a chance to those seats and positions. I respect you for being fair and judgment. They all corrupt. Of course. They all corrupt. It ain't no one-sided thing. Pooh Shiesty home. The streets of Memphis not safe. Hold up. I ain't even hear about that. Pooh Shiesty is back. Hold up. That is crazy. I did not know that. Why the hell I ain't hear about that? These entertainers that hated Trump now used to rock with him before presidency. Diddy and him were cool. Yeah. These rappers, these basketball players, boxers, shit, all of them rocked with that man. That's another thing how you know it's some bullshit. Damn, he got out last night. That's what's up. Well, if he showed back up in these Memphis streets, hey, Pooh Shiesty or not, I ain't gonna lie to you though. These federal agents and stuff that's here ain't been playing. So I would advise my guy to chill out for a minute. Just stay home, do what you got to do. Maybe make you some hits and stuff like that. Get in that studio, do that. But like, stay out of these streets until that shit is over. Black people gonna go out and vote regardless of what we say as a collective. This is why I'm the delineating. I can't understand why vote for someone who views you in last place. Who narrate? Hold on. Who narrate was actually right about shooting Breeze? Kanan, Ghost, or Tommy? You got to do a topic on that tonight. That's interesting. Perhaps I'll do that. I got to make sure. Hold on. Let me try to write it down. That's pretty interesting. We did get 3 different perspectives on it. It would be smart for him to be up in Atlanta or somewhere else, not be here. Yeah, my thing is it just don't make sense, especially people in California. That's the thing with me with Newsom. Some of the people were in California. Like y'all, are y'all aware that he blocked reparations for your state? Are you aware of that? You talking about voting for Newsom, but I like I told Taj, they don't care, bro. They don't give a damn about um who's actually better for the people. They care about feelings, and this is the reason why they shouldn't be voting. It should one thing that I think somebody suggested, and I think this should be done. In order for you to vote, you should take a damn IQ test. And when you saying dumbass shit like that, they should just disqualify you. Rock shot breeze. We know this. I was deep into politics when I was young and attended these meetings, and all I was drained. But now I'm going and not backing down. Yeah, I mean, for me, I ain't gonna say I was ever super heavy into politics. Like I paid attention to certain things here and there, and certain things that just didn't make any sense to me. Like, um, I was never a fan of Barack Obama. I'm sorry, I just wasn't. He just didn't resonate with me. That I felt like it's something over that nigga that it just doesn't sit with me. So I wasn't gonna vote for the nigga when I was first eligible to vote in 2012, you know. But this nigga, but Solo, those y'all know who he is now, who she is somewhat now. Solo and my mama at the time was on me talking about some. You need to be your ancestors fought hard for you to be able to vote and stuff like that. We can, we got the first black president and all this shit. So they kept on getting on me till I finally said okay, just did it. But I was never fond of that nigga. People in politics are quick to sell out or forget easily. Yeah, because they're pressured. I think, I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna end it on this note. I think a lot of the politicians, once they first get into office, possibly originally they did believe in a lot of the things that they were saying once they were campaigning. And I think once they actually get into office and see the things for what it really is, that they're not really in control the way they thought they was, they ended up getting pressured by the real influencers, the people that's really controlling shit, to do what it is that they're telling them to do, or, you know, there'll be consequences. They need to be examined mentally for sure, like military and law enforcement. Yeah, absolutely. They need to be examined. The same with whoever is running for president. Hold on, y'all, because somebody keeps. All right. So I'm about to head to the last and final topic. So I remember when Obama. Hold up. Let me read the rest of these. Can I miss a few? First term I played into for Obama. Second time I see that bullshit too. Where the trolling in politics become true cool once it became more so of a popularity contest, and I think it's so happened to be used to manipulate the people and fatten your pockets in the process. I remember when Obama first became president, people thought he was going to be the savior of all blacks and that things would change. The other half thought he was the Antichrist. I ain't gonna lie, I was on the wave of thinking he was the Antichrist for a second. You should take an ASVAB to vote. Somebody said hoes. I definitely would have voted for Condoleezza Rice instead of Barack Obama. Yeah, because I think, some of them then actually may have cared. You know what I'm saying? They may have actually gave a damn about something then. But hey, I don't care about politics, to be honest. I'm just living until I can't anymore. Black people thought Barack Obama was Jesus in 2008 to 2012. Yeah. But anyways, though, final segment. Your boy, LeBron James. He has finessed the world again, making you think he might be retiring. And hell no, he decide he gonna finesse our ass again. That boy, he is here to stay. Hold on, this is not the full thing. I'm tripping. This nigga be getting up out there so bad, but what the full thing at? I ain't gonna look at the whole thing, of course. Hold on, what's this?
LeBron James has teased a second decision in a post onto his social media.
Oh, shut y'all ugly ass up. Where the Astros part at it? Where the ugly ass interview at? I know I seen it on goddamn Twitter, bro. This shit is some bullshit. Hold on, let me do it like this. This shit is crazy. Trying to find the damn video. If somebody can tell me exactly where it's at, that'd be great too. But it's crazy because I had it here, then lost it. Trying to see what the hell was he actually saying on this shit. Barack cared about the Rainbow Mafia. Solo, what are you talking about fully active? Man, I can't even find this damn decision no more. That's crazy. Hold on, what's that? Maybe this is it. Let's see what this is.
Well, everyone's on pins and needles across the country. You ready to go, LeBron? Where's the powder?
Left it at home.
LeBron, Fans want to know where you're taking your talents this year. What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is tough. In this fall,
hell no, bro. I'm sorry. That might owe the hell no.
I'm gonna be taking my talents to Hennessy VSOP.
VSOP. And this was the conclusion you woke up with this morning?
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
This nigga advertising some fucking. Ain't that something? Ain't that a bitch? By nigga's head.
Like it's gonna give me the best opportunity to win more at hosting. And not only that, win at signature cocktails, win at having a good time, win at impressing guests, win at making memories, win at making it look easy, win at leaving people wanting more.
LeBron, appreciate it.
I like my decision.
Hey, we gotta get his man some props, bro. This a finessing ass nigga, bro. That man so damn making for that shit. That's a finessing ass nigga, bro. You said go back to the Chaz NBA one. What you mean? This man ugly as hell, bro. It is crazy. That is what he's the king of. The king of making the world talk about him. That man be finessing the shit out of people. You ain't lying, but like that nigga is cold at marketing. He got everybody to look at that shit. Cause niggas like, cause I remember like big channels, right? Like big YouTube channels and stuff like that. They cover, sports and stuff like that. A lot of them were talking about it. They was, saying, "Oh, this might be it. This might be him retiring." It just, pretty much put it on alert for everybody to look at it at that time. Even gave a damn time for it. You know what I'm saying? 12. Why the hell are you having people watch you at 12? You know what I'm saying? 12 o'clock Eastern time for a 1 minute and 30-second ad of you advertising some goddamn Hennessy. Shit is crazy. But that's this right here, people, is how a lot of people are fooled into believing he's the GOAT. Marketing. He's great at it. His team is phenomenal at it. And manipulating the minds into believing a narrative that isn't true. That's what it is. Now, if you wanted to compare him to people like Michael Jordan and shit like that, oh yeah, he's the GOAT. That's all. This nigga is a phenomenon when it comes to this type of shit. But on the court, hell the fuck not. But he'll manipulate you into believing that he is. He's a top 10 greatest career of all time. But the GOAT, no. But he's the GOAT of marketing, the GOAT of finessing. Hennessy, he got his own liquor. Why he advertising Henny? That is true. Because he do have his own tequila or something like that, right? I don't know. They probably paying him a lot of money. Because one thing I do know is that LeBron has some kind of big mansion that he's building in LA. And also, I think he had like a couple of apartment complexes or something like that that's very expensive that he's trying to pay for. And he was initially planning to sign, I think, at least for 2 more years in the NBA with the Lakers to be able to fund, those houses and the complexes that he had. So when it was put on the table that the Lakers isn't going to give him another contract, then maybe that's when he came up with the conclusion, you know what, I need something else to make more money to be able to cover this. So maybe Hennessy paid him a lot of money to do that. And he said, fuck it. He had a Hennessy collab first. Oh, I didn't even know it. He can't sell shoes like Jordan, so he got to become the face of something else. Yeah, that's a damn show. He ain't even close when it comes to them shoe sales. Lobo's 1017. Damn. He had the Henny collab for a minute now. Last year he had a Henny bottle with his face on it. Well, I'm gonna say this. I think the marketing for that wasn't done too great because I didn't know about it. But this shit here, yeah, he did his thing with this. He made sure motherfuckers saw this one. But I'm gonna tell you this. For me, if I'm going out, I'm not a drinker like that. But you know, when I do, sometimes I might get a shot of Henny. But if I see that motherfucker face on it, I'm going the other fucking way. So you actually hindered yourself with me. Nobody drinking that shit. Yeah, he's definitely trying to get Bryce into the league. That's for sure. But I think he's going to have a much harder time trying to get Bryce in than he did with Bronny because he doesn't have the same leverage. I seen the bottle at the alcohol store. My cousin bought it and just collected the bottle. See, and that's what the shit's there for. Bryce not making the NBA. He might not. You say he got to play 4 years in college. Well, I'm gonna say this: if LeBron had the same leverage that he had when Bronny was first eligible to enter the league, he would get in because shit, Bronny clearly wasn't no NBA material. Shit, he wasn't even USC material. But look at him in the goddamn NBA with a guaranteed four-year deal. Now, when them 4 years is up, I think that nigga already, looking at other things, what he's gonna do with his career next. Because I think he knows that his time as an NBA player is gonna come to an end. Because he's just not an NBA player, bro. I think we all know that. If you watch basketball and you know about it and you're not biased, you know that he's not an NBA player. It was a little different with Bronny because he was an All-American in high school and then had a heart attack. Bryce averages 6 points his senior year. And that is true. I told, Kenny, I had a debate with somebody not that long ago, and they were trying to argue with me that Bryce is better than Bronny. And what I said is that, Bryce has more potential than Bronny because he was the one who inherited, LeBron's actual size. Like, Bronny is only 6. They be trying to say 6'3", but Bronny's really like 6'1". So he doesn't have nowhere near the height of his father or the size. Bryce is already what 6'6", 6'7". So it looks like he's gonna be the one that's gonna get, the size. So if he can develop and possibly manage to get his game better, he could maybe actually do something. But currently speaking, Bronny is better than him. I don't know how folks are trying to say Bryce is. No, Bronny is better than him. Bronny was an All-American, like Kenny just said. Although I will say this, Bronny shouldn't have been an All-American. That is the truth. But LeBron made some calls because keep in mind he was a 4-star. He was a 4-star student coming into his senior year at first, and then he made a call and they made him a 5-star recruit. And then he made the All-American game. But the thing is Bronny was actually good enough that you could consider it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't egregious, really, like it would be if they tried to say Bryce was All American. We know he's. I mean, he wasn't even starting coming into his senior year. Like that's atrocious. That's terrible. He actually finessed him a spot at Arizona State. Like, let's be real, this nigga shouldn't be at that school. If he wasn't LeBron James' kid, he would be at a D2 right now. Look, let me read the rest of these before I address that bullshit I just saw. It was a little different. Oh, okay, I already read that. Bryce is better and more athletic than Bronny. Now, he's not better than him. He's more athletic, possibly, but he's not better than him. That nigga, I used to think that at first too, but no, this nigga not even start. Bronny was a clear-cut starter in high school, his senior year and shit. That's not the same with Bryce. How am I the biggest hater for telling the truth, man? Bryce is not more athletic than Bronny. He's just taller. Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe. I thought about it. I think that was me and you talking about Bronny and Bryce. Nah. This is something I had at the actual gym that somebody was trying to tell me. Like I said, Bryce has more potential. Bronny is right now better though. Bronny hasn't even beat Bryce 1-on-1 yet. Y'all must have missed that live. Well, I'm always one to say that winning at 1-on-1 doesn't matter. Like that's one thing that I think LeBron got a lot of criticism for saying that, and I actually took off for LeBron when I heard this. When folks was talking about, 1-on-1s and not having a bag and all that. Well, clearly LeBron doesn't have a bag. I agree with that. But here's the thing. 1-on-1 doesn't prove that you're the overall better basketball player in the game in the NBA because it's 5-on-5. If you dominated 5-on-5 but keep losing 1-on-1, which one is going to be more valuable to the basketball association? The one that's better at 5-on-5. It's a lot like perfect example. Look at Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley is damn near one of the best 1-on-1 players in the world right now, but he's not even in the NBA. 1-on-1 doesn't like Melo. Melo was a way better 1-on-1 player than LeBron and shit like that, but he didn't have a better career than him. It just means you know how to ISO and go get a bucket, which is great to do. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to utilize that. So like when he said that to a degree, I actually agree with LeBron because here's another thing, even with not having a bag, if you can do what you do and make it simple and they can't stop it, who gives a fuck if you don't have a bag? But my only pushback with LeBron with that situation is in crunch time, he can't do much. And that's where having a bag kind of matters because you'll be able to have a go-to move to be able to get off a good shot to be able to win it for you. He doesn't have that, so that's why he tends to try to pass at the end of the game because he doesn't have that. Or he might try to force his way to the hole, and then, if they block it or play good defense, he can't do much because he doesn't have a bag. But yeah, just because Bryce is beating him at 1-on-1, it doesn't mean a damn thing. He still could not be good at 5-on-5 basketball. He could be a better shooter, but he's still not an elite shooter. He's not elite. He's not. He doesn't have elite athleticism. His size is cool, but it's not. He don't have freakish size like that. Bryce doesn't do nothing better on the basketball court than Bronny. Exactly. Except maybe shooting. Magic Johnson's son is the news also. Is in the news. What the hell he do? Bro, Mike, I know you ain't starting this shit again, bro. Come on, we was having a good run. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really give a fuck about either one of them. Neither one better than my guy, son. Cayenne. And that is true. Neither one of them is better than him. But yeah, I might agree with Kenny. Gilbert Arenas' sons are probably better than all of them. He sure wanted to kiss the ring. He doesn't have a handle. He doesn't create rim pressure. He stands in the corner all game too. Yeah, like bro, I watched some of this stuff with him. I'm like, yeah, this kid, you know what I'm saying? This kid's not too good. Well, Talia, to be honest with you, and I'm pretty sure y'all already know this, I don't think either one of them should be the lead. So that's the thing. And it's funny because LeBron fans like to try to say LeBron got a son in the league, LeBron son this. Look at Michael Jordan's son. Try to make it seem like that helps his case, like it matters. And it fucking doesn't. But the thing is, if Michael Jordan was willing to force the league to put his son into the league like that, I'm pretty sure he could have accomplished that too. Because Michael Jordan's sons were actually better than Bronny. Bronny just made the league because LeBron forced him to take him. Carlos Boozer got a nice son too. I remember him. Yeah. Anyways, though, LeBron overall, he was able to duke us again. No retirement, just Hennessy. I'm about to get ready to go ahead and close this thing out so we can get our last remarks up in here. And then we're going to close this out. Yeah, we can agree that both shouldn't be in the league, but Bronny the only one you can somewhat defend being in the league of the two. Now you can't defend it, but if you want to make a distinction between who should make it, if like one of them had to be in, it would be Bronny. Cause that nigga Bryce has got Killian going to be in the league, and he gonna actually earn his spot and deserve to be there. I can agree with that. He probably will. Yeah, he'll. I think he'll get in and actually deserve it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be back tonight too. Yes, sir. You see his command to Leah? Apologize to him. Mm. Kenyon Martin Jr. I mean, better than LeBron's son. Hell. Do it an hour earlier again. So like 10 o'clock in Central Time instead of 11. Bruh, you know it's crazy. I be trying to sleep sometime, but my body just don't be letting me. Be like, nah, nigga, you need to get up and do something else. So I gotta listen. I don't know all the topics yet. Normally, I come up with the topics like, to be honest, sometimes 2 hours before that motherfucker. So right now, I don't know what the topics is gonna be. Like I know what my topics is gonna be for the morning show tomorrow, but I don't know for tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to do it an hour earlier as requested. So we'll do 10 o'clock. So today's Tuesday, yeah. We'll do 10 o'clock. Might said the topic should be apologizing to me. Hey, one segment, a whole segment dedicated to the apology of Michael. Oh shit. Anyways, though, so tonight, 10 o'clock Central Time. If you're in the East Coast, that's 11. The quickest topic I ever had. Right. All right, though, y'all. I'm about to go ahead. I'm about to go ahead and check out. I'm gonna see y'all later on tonight.